Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the ScreenShots. My name is Melinda Ngube and I am your host. So today our conversation is on women, girls. We want to have a little girl chat today. We want to talk about, can girls have it all in life? Can we have the family? Can we have the career? Can we aspire to be more than we are? So joining me for this conversation, two wonderful young ladies who I'm going to let introduce themselves.
Okay, hello, my name is Sheila Ngube. I am a master student doing science and operations research and statistics based on data analysis, coding, lots of things, computer, IT and all that. And then I'm also a businesswoman selling clothes, everything, shoes and all that, anything based on clothing.
Hi Sheila and welcome to the ScreenShots. Miss, welcome back.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself again.
Hello guys, my name is Slavet. I'm an actress and I'm an advocate. I know that all of the time I introduce myself with different intros, so that's me. I do a lot of things.
So for our discussion today, we want to talk about the statement, can girls have it all? Historically speaking, women were not supposed to. I don't know if it's we're not supposed to or we also just didn't want to. I'm not really sure. Yeah. But our places were in raising the family, in taking care of the home, while the man would go out there, make his career, have money, and take care of the family financially. And but now it's now modern times. And restless, it's not hitting the same anymore. I think personally, I think that. And so my first question to you ladies is, what are your dreams and aspirations, and do you think you can achieve them without sacrificing like other parts of your life? We'll start with you, Slavet.
As for me, I have social work at heart when it comes to my dreams and aspirations. And I'm also into business. Being an entrepreneur is one thing that I'm into. I have different ideas that I want to venture into. So when it comes to achieving your dreams and aspirations, I think one thing that affects you as a young woman is your background, where you are coming from, your family. What type of a family do you have? Are you staying with the type of family which is still backward, if I use the right word, or still thinks that you need to go to school, get a job, have a pay slip, pension, you settle at home, get a family, then you settle down. And some of the families right now in the 21st century, they are adapting, that there are changes. There are so many opportunities out there you can do as a young woman. So, for example, personally, for me, I studied commercials at A level, and my family wants me to be an accountant. And for me personally, I'm not that person who would want to work in an office like every day. Even me being here for a very long time, I don't want that. Vele ngahlala endaweni A1 for a very long time, I feel suffocated. Vele I lose all the ideas that I'll be having. So I'm that person who likes to being at different places. That's why I'm also into social work and all that. So, I'm already having a challenge because my family wants me to be an accountant and I want to study international relations. There's already a clash. So it also depends with you as a person, as an individual, what you want to do with your life. You need to balance that up. Are you going to do what they are saying you should do? But remember that if you choose that, you are tied to that for the rest of your life. So do you want that? So I think your background,
it matters.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sheila?
Okay, I think, like I said before, I have to be selfish as an individual. I have to choose myself. Yes, my background is there and it's the one which is determining who I will become in the future. And everything is in my hands. So For me, like, I want to be a data analyst. So, like, in my class, people always say, this job is for boys. Why would you want to do that? Because they believe because the IT coding and all that is for them.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like, this is what I want. So allow me to do it. If I'm able to do it, then I have to do it.
Yeah.
And besides, I'm being selfish, or I'm being like, you guys think for you to feel like that, you have to be doing those things that are difficult. If you think like before, most of the classrooms, science classrooms, would have more boys than girls. And so I think from that, vele bona bahle baba le ngqondo lezana zokuthi difficult things are for men. But these days, this 50-50 thing is allowing us to do what we want. If I want to be an engineer, then let me be. If I'm capable, and I think that I can do that, so let me do it, rather than uzivumela wena wedwa ukuthi let them, since they're saying this, then let me back off. Don't. As long as you feel like doing it, then you have to do it. And the other thing that matters the most, I think a family is one of the things that will just drag you back if they are not being supportive. Like she said, some families are still backward. I'm not sure if I'm using the correct word. They're still backward. They believe ukuthi umntwana wenkazana must be home. You just, like she said, you go to work, you come back home. You don't have to be doing side hustles. Like those days, you go to work, maybe you knock off around 4:30 or 5, and then you have your side hustle. You need to be in the streets. Then you go home maybe around 8, 9. Then they're just like, where are you coming from by this time? So they don't want you to be that kind of a person. They believe you have to be home by 6 or by 5. You start cooking, you do all the chores at home. But then, like, choose yourself. If they're not being supportive, I think you can always move out and do your thing. Angazi ukuthi kuyabe disrespectful or what, but as far as I'm choosing myself and I know what I want, and you need to be sure ukuthi you are not going to miss it, because most of the people, they are looking for at that point where you're going to miss it. You make a mistake, and then they start talking. Ukuthi yasakutshela yabona. So you really need to be careful. And the other thing is you are thinking of something to do, or business, or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve, you need to pray. I believe with our friends and families, they're the ones who don't wish you well. Ungezwa kuthiwa uloyiwe, a stranger will not come and do that to you. He or she doesn't know you, but your families and your friends, they're the ones who don't want you to achieve that. And then maybe they might think, she wants to be the first graduate in our family. It's not possible. Yabo, it's not possible. But a stranger can always come and say, you're doing this, it's okay, let me help you with this and that and that and that. You can choose this side of this, or you do this, you do that, you'll be able to do. But our families and friends, they will not tell you what to do if they don't want you to do that. They will not guide you as long as they don't want you to do that. So I just want to be myself, a businesswoman, being so lucky, I can always work from home. And maybe I have some businesses somewhere, people doing it for me. I
love that. I love that this generation of upcoming women, is not really content with just the basic, we want to go out there, do more than we are doing, and it's nice to see. And you mentioned something about to figure whatever it is you're doing, but you stay with your brother who's not doing anything. He was home the whole day, and somehow he can't allow his hands to form and wonder is chwala, and it's very disrespectful to girls. You find a indlu filthy, and you're thinking ukuthi akula muntu ohlala lapha. So let's talk about now romantic relationships. Jola, guys, it's not a secret, you know. It's not illegal, you know, above the age of consent, into challenge. So now you're now in a relationship and you have all these dreams and you have all these ambitions, you know, and then you happen to find someone, maybe we've been using this word, but it's just backward. Let's talk about that. So I said, no, I don't think I want you to be out there fighting for, you know, a better world, since the social work. How dare you do that? You know, how dare you want to better yourself? How would you navigate such a situation? And we're also going to talk about the positive sides of our relationships, because it's not all bad, Yabon. How would you navigate such a situation? You, Sheila.
Okay. All right. Lava, I'm meant to choose myself, my career over someone, or what?
It's what you would do.
What
would you do? It's not me now what I want you to do. It's what you would do personally.
Okay.
If you're in that type of situation. Maybe you've been. It's a safe space, guys.
I haven't been there, but I have friends and relatives who have been there, and they go through even now. So I learned that I have to choose myself. And I need to school or me, I will go this way, school, and achieve my dreams. I do what I want, and then after that we can start talking about marriages and all that, because I don't know what tomorrow holds for both of us, and for you or me, your family and all that. But I have to know ukuthi wena ungacabanga ukungichiya. These days it looks like it's normal to have baby mamas or baby dad, because omunye abesecabanga ukuyala omunye wacabanga ukuyala, and I think it has become a norm, of which as a baby mama I have to be able to take care of my kid. So I need to do something for myself. Allow me to be someone whom I want to be in the future. Allow me to be someone who is able to stand for herself whenever I'm meant to. And once you make me choose something over you, you don't love me. Honestly, I believe it that way.
Because these days go cutthroat, guys. Abantu omantu bayakuchiya sibili lo mntwana, you know, ahambe komunye umuntu, aphenduka zopho omunye.
So that's why I have to be selfish. No matter how much I love you, and it be heartbreaking, I go through a civil, but as long as I'm achieving my goal, what I want, then that's okay. In the process of making myself a better person.
May this love never locate me. Oh, Guti, please choose between a career and me. Like, I'll get to use love it, but you know, I don't think I've ever met someone who I don't know how to put this. Like, you know, no one has ever asked me this question, but I don't think in my years of dating I've ever met someone who I would qualify as someone ongangenza ngichiye impilo engilayo. Mithi sibili,
I'm choosing you, I'm sticking with you.
By fire, by force. Tani gangster love, you know, nkethe wena. And may it never locate me.
As for me, I haven't been in a situation like that. You know, like maybe it's who you associate yourself with or who you date. For example, for me personally, people that I've been involved with, you know, they're always like, achieve what you want to do, girl child, be there, do what you want to do, always choose yourself. For example, I'm in a situation whereby I'm choosing myself. Besides family relationships and personal relationships, I'm in a situation where I'm choosing myself, choosing what I want to do in life. So the person that I'm involved with is that person who's always pushing me to do good. He knows that I'm into acting, I'm into the arts industry, different things there. I'm into social work, coordinating events, all those things, you know. But he's always there to guide me and tell me that if you feel like it's too much, just choose one thing at a time. You can achieve it all, but make sure that everything is a process. Do this for now, do this next time, do this. Make everything become a period. Give yourself goals whereby you say, by this time I want to do this. Don't do everything at once if you feel that it will suffocate you. You can do things at once, but don't let things suffocate you. So I've always been involved with those people who are supporting me. Do what you want, no matter how big your dreams are, you can achieve it if you believe in that. So yes, there's still people who are like that, who say, don't go to school, don't do this, don't achieve that. I'll take care of you. But we know right now, divorces, they are like this. There are so many divorces.
Economy, guys.
Days.
What do you mean? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on with divorces. So if you are a young person right now, my advice will be, look at the current situations that are there. Weigh yourself. Anything can happen to you. Anything can happen. Don't say, maybe for a while I'll choose him and everything. He might take care of me. But make sure you push yourself at a level where you are safe. If you have your own thing, you have your own business, you are doing this for yourself, I can sustain myself.
Exactly.
Having that thing that this is mine.
Exactly.
This is this house or even this car, even if it's something small, but just knowing that this is mine. No one can tell me what to do with it.
Yeah.
That feeling is always nice. So that's why I always push that ladies, do what you want. Choose yourself, no matter how selfish they say you are. Just do what you want.
I don't think there's anything as unpredictable as men.
Yeah.
One day he'll just wake up and
Yeah.
get out of my house and stuff like that, So so I really like the part where you emphasize having your own stuff. Also, I think as a woman or a young girl or whatever, when you are in a position where you have your own things and the power that it has,
no one can control.
No one really can say anything to you.
Never.
Also, it sets a standard for the life that you want to live. And if you invite someone in your life, and I'm not saying you can't fall in love with someone who's not maybe at a level you're at, but if you're inviting someone in your life and you're telling them this is my standard, but also, I only want people who are driving a class or whatever they're called.
But it also attracts people who value you.
Exactly.
If you value, I think it's also in that way, two-way sided. If you value yourself as a girl child, it will also attract people who value you, because that person will be no, this girl, she doesn't tolerate this. Already she has her own car, she has her own business. Then mina sense Africa nah, you can't do business and all that. And she'll tell you, bruh, don't disrespect me. So I think it also attracts people who respect you. If you as a woman, you respect yourself, you tell yourself, no, I won't do this. For me to get this, I will not go this way. I'll go this way, so that you get the respect. So I think it's that way. If you respect yourself, that person who will come into your life will also respect you, because they know when I value you, I go getter. You don't tolerate this, you don't tolerate this.
I also think the higher you go as a girl child, the better men you attract.
Yeah.
And
what do the poets say? What do the poetry
when you're doing something productive, now you will see the kind of people who are coming to ask you out. Exactly.
They first look at themselves and ask her out to trade. You should know where you are in life.
You should know.
I have a chance there. I know I don't. I'm putting to 6 times a day in, day out. But I do feel like women actually have a better chance than men, when it comes to this thing.
And then this other friend of mine was saying, when I feel like you have a problem because you always choose yourself. You want to be someone. He gave me an example of, like, he said his sister, she's driving e-Benz, and so he's saying ukuthi she has problem with men, as in ukuthi, yes, he can come and ask her out, and then he feels like, no, she's driving a Benz, meaning alive. Yes. So he was trying to emphasize on the point ukuthi if you raise yourself to a level whereby lao abafana, they'll feel uncomfortable being around
You're
you.
now unattainable to them.
You have problem in getting married and all that, and I'm just like, no, this is not for me. Tell her to pray. Indoda izabuya at the right time. Mina, I'm not, you won't drag me down or back or what. I'm going where I want to go. So if he comes, I'm driving my Prado, and then he feels insecure about that, then let him go.
I saw a post that said threatening women about it doesn't hit the same anymore. You know,
threaten more with the divorces and all that has been happening.
Oh no. So anyway, so let's talk about social media, guys. Like, you know, this pila vele ku world social media. Does it make us lean towards to what we think we should be having in life, you know, our goals, and does it also, you know, or how do I say this? Does it knock off our self-esteem? You know, I'll start. There's this girl, I have a dream of one day working with the UN. So I love seeing, you know, these young girls achieve these things. There's this girl, what's her name? But I know if I get on my Insta, her things pop up because I follow her, and she's always there working, and she makes it look so easy and all that, and then you envy, and it sometimes it does play with my self-esteem, you know, like she looks fashionable, she's got education on point, she went to Harvard and all that, and I look to her too for inspiration, but sometimes it does. Like, maybe I'll never reach that type of thing. Yeah. But you know, she's great. You know, she's great. What about you guys?
Okay, I think like kulama positives, lama negatives when it comes to social media, and because on the positive side, I would say social media has made our life easier in the 21st century. If you see most of the people like ababudala, they would dream of becoming a policeman, a teacher, soldier. So right, my life is settled. But right now, you can think of being a doctor. Doctor yankhona ilama sections amaning ukuthi you can become a nutritionist, or you have your own exactly. So we have like our mind to widen up on your goals and your objectives about what you want to do in life. Most of the people dreams are shattered at ZJC actually. I don't know what I want to do. Babengakwazi actually ukuthi bayenze. They'll just think ukuthi ngaba ngu-teacher, it's okay, it's fine. But then when you get to behave in social media, you can do your research. I'm good in English. What can I do with this English? I'm good in Ndebele. What can I do with this Ndebele? I'm good with statistics or with maths or with chemistry or whatsoever. You research and get more information on what can you do to become that person that you want to. And then on the negative side, I would say maybe like you were saying, kona you think that she's way too high where you cannot reach, and it lowers your self-esteem. But maybe you think, but how will I get there? Who is going to support me? Maybe very totally you don't have the supporting system around you. You wait, or maybe you're just an orphan, and then they're offering up to A level, and then after that you choose what you want to. And most of the girls, when they reach there, they'll just feel like marriage is an option. But then I feel like you just have to see what you can do to keep it up, to just go wherever you want. And those days, like I was saying, you can do online jobs, and you research more on online jobs, you get something to do, and that's going to pay you to go wherever you want to go. And but then the more you research, the more you see it. Kodwa lapha mina ngafika. That moment you say that, Vele, you feel like you're feeling insecure about yourself.
But Sheila, you know, we see a lot of lives as portrayed on Instagram. That seems so unattainable. You know, something like a simple lunch date of 2 people. Lunch, guys. Just
but
lunch.
on that issue, and maybe I'll just come in. Some people, they are portraying a fake life. That's the other disadvantage with social media. People out there are portraying fake life. But if you are a positive person like me, you see that as an advantage. You utilize those bases whereby you follow up on someone will inspire you. You follow up on their life journey, see what they've done, who have they worked with, and all that. And you see yourself, can I make it there? You can also have your stepping stone on that, right? But no, she went through this way, she linked up with this and this and this and that. That way you can also try to find your way there. I want to give you an example. Because you won't even be knowing what you want to do in life and all that. I started from primary to A level, not knowing what I want to do. I just did commercials. I was like, I'll just do accounting because that's what I learned. You know, it's something that's there even now with us, with everyone. Which when a school ufunde lokho. So you just link professions are aligned with that. That will give you money and all that, which your life will be settled. But as after I took my gap year, use of social media, I started realizing other opportunities that are out there. Something that enticed me. That's why I was talking about international relations. I saw it as something, and I'm also into social work. So I could see all those opportunities. I could see people who are into that on social media, posting where they are, doing fellowships, doing that. It's something that I love. And I told myself, how can I get there? This is me in the future. This is me. Even if social media is also bad, but it also motivates us. We as one allow which really, this is me. I can do this. You know. So at a certain extent, social media also helps us to see other opportunities that are out there. What we can do as young people, we can even travel the world with the jobs that you want to do and all that. But for example, me, if it wasn't for social media, I think I'll be an accountant right now, sitting in an office so depressed and all that, you know.
And we have a lot of people who are in jobs that they hate and they make our lives a living hell.
Who did degrees that they are not even using right now.
I think those are the people who contribute to a toxic workplace. Umuntu angikhona akawuthanda umsebenzi wakhe and usekhiphela ama frustrations akhe phezu kwakho when I are just there lawe probably awuthandi kwazi I'm quasi just there.
But I think we need to change that narrative.
You know,
we need to change that narrative. People need to stand up and wake up. Don't do something that you don't want to do. You're now affecting other people. For example, there are people who always wanted to do that. You know, have you been to a bank? Have you received treatment at a bank from other people? Even when it comes to services, let's talk about a clinic. You know, the treatment that you usually get from treatment. Some of those people, if you're failing to do this, go and be a nurse. You know, so all those frustrations I'll be putting on what? On people. While at that workplace, who wanted really to be nurses, to save lives and all that. Manje wena usubuya la le toxic mindset yakho ungafuni vele usebenza la. You are now making the workplace a toxic place, bad reviews and all that.
Imagine being sick and someone coming in akuthethi.
So I think
I'm not a violent person,
as our
but
generation,
please try me.
I think as our generations, we need to change that. Do what you want. Do what you want. Don't be forced to do something that you don't want to do.
I think like I got a point. Compana like in this kind of treatment or like in banki I believe, or let me say, I think economically, economics it is contributing to such because I would think okay, I want to be a doctor, but then
finances
and all that, but then I need a connection, and then someone says ngila connection hambe apply ekunesi ngathi uzangena khonapho or hambe apply police uzangena khonapho now because ukuthi sengicabanga ukuthi ngale kule mali yabo
ngaba lipolice
and then I just let my dreams slide like that. So siyakwenza something that I never wanted to do because there is money involved.
That's very true.
Yeah, we also do have to take into account ukuthi other people just don't have any other choices. But you have to work, you probably have kids. But really, you're still at work. It's like a security sometimes. And banks, I never have problems. And I never had a problem at clinic. And I had the pleasure of seeing this old gogo, or this gogo. So tell Omoyunes orphan, it was so beautiful to watch. Why not just the gogo? So my gogos, but I am not deaf. I said I'm not deaf. It was very beautiful to watch because she'd been doing it for a long time. I want to mention where's today. But now my one problem is about security. Some, not all. Especially this other in Fungus Gamba, but it's a school in Bulawayo. A big one. But the security guy was so rough when people were paying school fees. And like, you are paying fees to learn and busy. And this other lady was pregnant, and the way he went about it and made my blood boil. You know, it's hard enough to be line throughout, and so she wanted to sit down. You know, she's tired. She wanted to sit down. Hey, lapha silanda uzosebenza. So woman, lapha silanda uzosebenza. Hey, what when you block usenza into zosathi hey ngizithwele what yithi sakumithisa abantu bamngenela abantu bamngenela.
It's so painful that most of the times, like as women, we don't support each other.
Yeah, that is true.
I think vele problem vele mostly iqalisela khona lapho. If you try to achieve something and then your friends are the ones who are jealous of you.
Women don't support each other. Ngitshela ukuthi ngidonse ngutalent lapha etown ngibuya bangikhangela abantu. Not a single person. Ngiyahleka kathi but at the moment it wasn't fun, you know. Wangidonsa ubhudilwana wangidonsa abantu basmayila. And kwazi baningi ngiyatrenda kusasa. We really need to support each other. Now to round off, guys, let's talk about role models and who do we look up to, and does it inspire us to be more than we are? Who's your role model? Who are your role models? You can choose more than one. I feel like inspiration can come from different places.
For me, it's just my parents. Though they are not my biological parents, mine died. And I just say my parents. Those people went through a lot, but they went through thick and thin to be who they are today, and that motivates me. You just see them, they are flying from one place to another, and you would see that was their dream. And then one day I just want to just take a flight from Harare to Bulawayo, but this time they're just going to another continent, to another, you know. So that thing is making me feel like, yo, guys, I just want to go to this level or even more. I feel blessed to be in that house. My mom didn't give up. She got 3 points ku-A level. But ungakhangela khathesi ukuthi ungumuntu onjani, and because she was just like, these 3 points, those ones, okay, they can take me somewhere. Let me just go through this way. She's an engineer. But, you know, so she just went through thick and thin. Let me just do this. But I will have to achieve what I want in their day. So yeah, I'm not hesitant about myself, because I feel like the people around me, they're just source of inspiration.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Love it, Kif.
Unfortunately, some of us don't have people who we live with to inspire us. But for me, right, you know, when you get involved into the NGO and social work sector, you start, for example, me, I never believed in having a mentor or someone who inspire you. But as I started being involved in the NGO sector, you know, I started seeing it as something that is important to have a mentor. For me, it's Sipho Mazibuko and Barbara. You see, when it comes to Sipho Mazibuko, you know her, right? Like, when I knew her on a personal level, she went through a lot to achieve what she has. You know, you always think you have problems, you know, you have challenges in life until you hear someone's story. You know, Sipho went through a lot in her life to achieve where she is today. And she made sure that she achieved that. So to me, the day that I met her, I was going through a lot that day, right? But when I spoke to her, I was like, nah, this is nothing, baby girl, chill. You still have a lot to achieve. She really inspired me to like choose myself, do what you want to do, always push, no matter how hard it becomes. Then, so she's my inspiration. Then when it comes to my mentor, it's this lady called Barbara. So we have a mentorship program with Blossom and Blossom, right? So they give us mentors. So when you start a program like that, you'll be wondering, what will my mentor be? Who will click? Who will do this? Will she like me? And all that. But to my surprise, Barbara became like a mother to me. When I had like no one to support me, she's like, when I got to know her story, where she came from, what she did, she also did something that she didn't want to do. But at the end of the day, no matter the age that she is at, she made sure that she achieved what she wanted to do. So Barbara not only became a mentor, she became a mother to me. Like someone that I can really count on, someone that I can tell my personal stories. For example, me, I was raised by grandparents, my grandmother and my grandfather. So you will not have someone who you can go and sit with and tell them, this happened, or even tell them about your boyfriend and all that. You know, grandparents, they're like, you're not supposed to do that, even if they know you're now at an age where you have those situations and you need someone to talk to. But Barbara, she's been like a mother to me. Funny, she has the same name as my grandmother. She has been like a mom to me, I don't want to lie. Besides being a mentor, I can call her a mentor, but to me, I see her as a mother, you know. So, yeah.
That's so nice. Wakithi Barbara lo person of relationship. Look at them fools too. Ulaba booty. Yes. The way I support.
She's a mom. Like
Sheila, I think you took what I wanted to say. When it comes to inspiration, for me, it's also my parents, right? And when it comes to role models, it's my parents, but it's also like the women, my mother's sisters. Those ones. But not in a submissive way, but in a, you know, take charge type of way. And don't relax, you want to give your kids the best, you know. Maybe you are dealt bad cards, but you don't lay down, you don't relax. So when it comes to my mom and dad, I have to say, you know, I went to school in Yeskachi, difficult when it comes to the economy and stuff like that. We had to transfer from nice schools, me and my sister, to primary you know, and it's like, I'm not used to this type of thing. But you know, I for a while I was still very young, but I had some resentment towards them. It's Huti, couldn't you do something? You know, like, couldn't you do something, Huti? But I at that time, it wasn't registering Huti. I'm sure this was the last resort. Total. But anyway, I went to the school and actually like learned to love it, and I got really good marks and all that, and I'm smart. So I passed that, and then when it was time to go to high school, it was still difficult, and so that's the time when my mom was a stay-at-home mom, but she never stayed just at home and did nothing. I said, well, so sweets, doing those sweets, I guess I don't know what happened. She was like, you know what, let me finish my schooling thing. My dad was the one mentoring her. She passed. She got a job. She's now an HIV/AIDS counselor for years. I think it's maybe we're going on 15 years. And but at that particular time, it was critical because that's when I was going to high school, and abantu sebeseholi imali ezingaka, and she managed to get paid in USD, and it changed things so much for us. And the fact that she didn't say, let me look Zen. So throughout my life, they've always been that guiding support. Yena and her sisters, I never feel like I have one mother, but I've got 3 mothers. So I love it for me. Also, I'm raised, but my boss even inspires me.
Even for me, and when it comes to that issue to Kurmagai, for example, me and my grandfather, he took care of like 5 grandkids. Seeing him do that on his own, he was the only person who was sending us to school. Imagine 5 grandkids, I was sending all of them to school. The other one is going to A level, they have more expenses and all that. But he managed to take care of us. He managed to have 2 houses. He managed to build a shop. That thing also inspired me. Like, you can do it if you want to. No matter the challenges that you face, you can do. That's why I was saying that even if you're choosing yourself, you need to learn to balance yourself with your family. You need to make sure that it's 50-50. You choose yourself, but you don't leave this behind. So me, my grandfather, is also an inspiration in my life because of the things that he managed to achieve while he was taking care of us. We needed a lot of things. When you're kids, you want this, you want that. He's trying to... So he's also an inspiration in my life.
I love it for us, sure. Our role models, I said Duze, my role model is Obama. I mean, you're allowed, but I'm glad we've had this close.
Don't know Obama will go through
It's allowed, but you also need to link with something that's on a personal level.
And not many people have that, do you know? Not many people have that. It's actually a blessing on its own to be able to have role models and inspirations that are near you. Not every parent is meant to be a parent. Some people are just... It's not in their blood. So for you to have like guardians that nurture you, that love you, that want you to grow, that don't give up on you. Some people just be on something.
They'll be like, you've grown up, take your own way and all that.
Guys.
That's
it. Thank you so much for coming. This was really good. Thank you for calling us. Next time let's tea about something. I feel like maybe business was
we are holding a lot of things inside.
I'm going to vent, but I guess we'll keep it for another episode. Whoever watched to this point, thank you so much for tuning in and watching our conversation. If you have anything to add, if you have a story to share, we'll be happy to read your comments and, engage with us. So until next week, bye.